Here, and we're back with some more MRC action. We're back for the Infinity GT Manufacturer Series Season 14. This time it's round 5 and race 2 from the Sophie. So the guys line up as they finished the previous race, the sprint race. So we've got Brucey on pole. Lights out and away we go then for 40 minutes around Le Mans. We're starting in the dark this time. Repeat of the first race. You got IGTMS and Infinity James up into first and second. Brucey there in third, now coming under fire from Shortsky, but can he do the same move he did in the first race? It looks like he's going to. Goes around the outside of James once again. All the guys get through the first couple of corners cleanly. Just remember, this race we don't have any weather, but we do have a mandatory tyre change. So we'll go for the tyres once the guys have sorted themselves out. IGTMS then leads the way as we go through Tech Rouge onto the Mulsanne straight. But Brucey looking very fiery as he's in his slipstream. Coming down the main straight towards the first chicane. Lights on the headlights on the cars beaming the way. So side by side for first and second, Brucey. IGTMS just a little bit ahead here, but Bruce is going to have the inside line as he does outbrake him into the first chicane then. So Brucey reassumes the lead then of the race. We'll go through the grid after the first couple of corners. So IGTMS second, Infinity James there in third, Ice Chan there fourth in the BMW, Shortsky in fifth. Then we got Big Kev in 6th in the Ferrari. 7th is Mark Schumacher. Alfie there up into 8th. Dimpy 9th. Then we have C-Mac in 10th in the Mercedes. Esrom there 11th, followed by Surfer in 12th right behind him. Then we got Benji there 13th. Craig there in 14th as we come towards the second chicane then. Surfer moves up into 11th. A little bit wide from Surfer, hopefully that's not a penalty for him. But Esrom gets back past him through the chicane exit there. Craig's got a penalty as well behind. So SG2, Craig in 13th, now coming the fire from Benji in 14th as we come down the main straight. We see all the headlights beaming the way forward as we come towards the... Oh, big crash from someone there. Let's have a look at that. I believe it was Seamus. I did see a flash of green. So coming down towards Mulsanne corner, just outbrakes himself and smashes it into people. Unfortunate there. Misjudged his braking. He's waiting for everyone to get out the gravel and recover there. Unfortunate incident there. But we carry on. So back up to front then. IGTMS still in the way from Brucey. Brucey's all over the back of his slipstream in second. James in third. So the top three all together as we come into Indianapolis corner. Now down towards Arnaud. As James just looking in front of him. Looking at the two drivers. Seeing where he can and can't overtake. We got Ice Chan there into fourth as well, followed by Shortsky there in fifth. So these guys just weighing up what's going to happen here. Seeing where they can attack. So James coming through then through the Porsche's curves down towards the New Blanchillon. Ice Chan there, right behind James in fourth. Brucey looks like he was going to get an overtake done there on that corner, but he bought better of it. As we head now down towards the Ford chicane for the first time. This race should be about 10 laps. Infinity James then right behind, got Ice Chan on his back bumper. As we head for lap 2, you see Brucey all over the back of IGTMS still. We go through the grid then. Shortsky there in 5th, a little bit gap to him to 6th. We've got Kev, Alfie, Dimpy and Mark Schumacher all under a blanket here as we head towards the chicane. Just gone through the Dunlop curve, under the Dunlop bridge, and the sun will start to rise shortly. A couple laps until it does rise. The big Kev there, just coming through the S's now. You see the couple of guys behind him all funning round as we go through Tete Rouge. So Alfie there at 7th, he's doing great so far in this race. That Super really giving him the pace that he needs this time. Dimpy now up into 7th, getting an overtake there. Mark Schumacher there in 9th, just behind. Crazy Mac there in 10th. Estrom 11th. Evil Knievel in 12th. Benji has a second penalty in 13th, followed by Craig in 14th, and there's Surfer in 15th. Fast JMS has once again decided to park it. Not feeling Le Mans track. Hopefully he'll be back next week for some good racing. So we're going to run you through the grid and the tyres. Just a second though, because Bruce is up into the lead, but he's got Fast JMS coming back at him as they head down to the second chicane. Can Brucey get this move done and dusted? It's going to be a fun race for both of them if they can't get some space between each other. So Brucey right on the back of him once again. Now is he going to go for a move into the Mulsanne? You see the sky just a little bit lighter than it was the previous lap. Bruce is on the inside now. Can he get that move done now, or is Fast JMS going to come back at him off the corner? So Brucey up into first. Fast JMS right there. And Fast JMS has got more top speed in the Corvette. There's James still in third, right behind these guys. Watching them battle each other. There's JMS going for the move then. He's on the inside line, he's got the speed. And he gets the move done before the corner then. Up into first again. Yet another lead change, but Bruce is right there. Can he make the corner stick? Goes round the outside of Fast JMS. Lovely stuff from him there. Round the outside of Indianapolis. That's a brave move. Now through Arnage. Brucey for the lead. But Fast JMS is still there. Then you've got Infinity James as well in third position. Just behind the headlights. I did see Ice Chan did serve a penalty, so that's going to put him into the clutches of Big Kev a little bit. You see that gap forming now between Brucey and Fast JMS. Is this Brucey's chance to break away now? There's a thunder through the Porsche curves and the Blancheman, New Blanchion. Brucey now got that gap to old second position as we head now down to the fourth chicane. End of second lap. Through the Chevaux chicanes we go. Now Fast JMS has got to stay on it so he doesn't lose the slip of the Porsche. He has got the top speed, so can he get back onto him? There's James in third, but he's coming to fire now from Ice Chand in fourth. Big Kev there in fifth. But Dimpy is slowly catching him in that secondary Porsche. Sharksky in seventh behind. Then we've got Alfie, Crazy Mac and Mark Schumacher all following each other through the Dunlop curve and then the chicane. Leads them down to the S's. There's Estrom in 11th. Evil Knievel there just holding off Benji in 13th. Craig coming through in 14th in the Mercedes. And then we have Surfer at the back in 15th. Just trying to catch up. I believe some form of incident might have happened, but yeah, he had a slow first lap, 4:31 to a 4:09 of the leader, and then a 4:14 to a 4:04. So yeah, he definitely had some sort of issue going on. So run you through the tyres then, as Bruce has created that gap lovely to second position. So Bruce is on the soft tyres. That explains it. Fast JMS is on the hybrids, medium on the front, softs on the rear. Big Kev mediums all round. Then we have James with medium all round as we get in the Porsche now, getting more action. He's right behind James. But Big Kev has got half second penalty. Is going to go too wide for these guys then. 4 abreast. 2 rows deep. Dimpy's looking like he's going to go left side. We're going to get 4 wide. Ice Chan there as well. Ice Chan gets a triple overtake then maybe as we get into the chicane. Who's going to come out on top here? You've got Ice Chan down the inside, but Big Kev just edges it out over the BMW there. Lovely stuff from these guys. 4 wide down the Mulsanne. Crazy stuff. So Ice Chan then in 4th position, followed by Dimpy in 5th. James is down to 6th now, followed by Alfie in 7th. Shortsky there in 8th. Oh, Big Kev still in that last podium spot, but he's got half second penalty to serve. So if no one else gets a penalty as he goes really, really wide, gets on the grapple, that's going to spell disaster for Kev. Then down to 6th. There's James now up into 5th. Ice Chan there in 4th, but Dimpy's in 3rd. So crazy stuff happening then on the lap 3 of the feature race. We're already over 10 minutes into the race then. You can see this gaggle of cars now. Everyone's coming out to play. So Dimpy leading this little pack then in 3rd position, followed by Ice Chan. There's Fast Jam. You see he's got a penalty to serve. He just did. Oh, did it? No, he didn't, sorry. I do apologise, it's just the slowing down bar filling up. So you've got Fast JMS with a penalty. That's going to release Dimpy up into 3rd maybe, if it's close enough. Looks like Fast JMS is going to hold off onto that position. We've got actually a ride on board with these guys, as you can see a little bit better. So Dimpy's right behind there then. You see the sun starting to come up then for this track. Dimpy trying to find a way around. Dimpy right behind him on the medium tyres. Is he going to look for this side? No, he's not going to look this time. So the track's starting to get a little bit brighter then. Big Kev fastest lap 4, 3.6. Oh, Dimpy looked in the chicanes there. It looked like he was going to make a move there. 401.8 from Brucey then, fastest lap change. So Fast JMS still holding off Dimpy for 2nd. Ice Chan there in 3rd. So Ice Chan holding that 4th position nicely at the minute from James in 5th. Alfie there now up into 6th position, followed by Crazy Mac in 7th. Big Kev's there now down to 8th after saving the penalty and making a little mistake at the end of the Mulsanne. Mark Schumacher there in 9th, followed by Shortsky as we come through the S's. Estrom coming through in 11th, followed by Evil Knievel in 12th. Benji still in 13th. There's Craig in 14th, and then Surfer 15th. Starting to close that gap a little bit now. Back up to the front door. Lovely gap for Brucey in 1st on his own. We don't want to look at him though. This is where the action is. Fast JMS in 2nd. Dimpy there in 3rd. We're going to go side by side again. These guys love to put on a show. You can see Ice Chan is going to make it 3 wide yet again. Tries to he backs out of it there. Early braking from Ice Chan, thoughts better of it. So heads up driving from Ice Chan there. As Dimpy now is into 2nd then. Followed by Fast JMS in 3rd. Ice Chan got a half second penalty again. James there in 5th. He's going to try and make this 2-3 wide. You've got Alfie as well right there. Another big battle for 3rd position then. You've got the other cars as well right behind as the sun now continues to come up. It's starting to get lighter. Infinity James still in 5th, right behind Ice Chan. There's Alfie just falling into line in 6th. Kev there in 7th, but he's going side by side. We see Mac as we go down the Mulsanne. Now down towards the Mulsanne corner at the bottom. Get a braking right. There we go. Big Kev there. A little bit of moment coming off the corner there, but gathered it up all nicely. Mark Schumacher there in 9th. Shortsky in 10th. Just closing that gap now. Followed by his teammate S14 in 11th. Benji there now getting past Evil Knievel in 12th. Evil Knievel's got a penalty though. Craig there in 14th. And followed by Surfer in 15th. Just coming through the Mulsanne now. And he's on medium tyres all round. So Brucey then starting to lose those tyres now. Is he going to pit this lap, or is he going to go for another lap and go to half distance as we past 15 minutes now? 20 minute is the halfway mark. You see Ice Chan just serving the penalty there. That's going to give James the position on Ice Chan. And is Big Kevin Alfie going to get past? We're going 3 wide once again, guys. Ice Chan decides to back out of that one, but he's going side by side with C-Mac as we go through the Porsche curves then. Lovely stuff falling into line. It's about to get wild between these two now as we go for the new Blanchard. Mark Schumacher is on the inside of the career man. Gets the move done before the corner. Lovely racing from these boys. So pit stops. Are we going to see pit stops this time? As we go through the 4 chickens. Bruce is not pitting. Dimpy's not. Fast JMS goes through. There's the James. Big Kev, Alfie and Ice Chan coming through the 4 chickens as well. No pit stops for these guys this time. Very close still between these guys. All of them under a blanket. Short ski comes through. S from Benji. Oh, we got a little bit of a spinner here. Oh, a little bit of oversteer as he comes through the chicane. There's Evil Knievel, followed by Craig. And Surfer, is he going to pit this time? He is. He's going to pit off the medium tyres. Let's see if he can make the soft tyres last towards the end of the race. So, Brucey, halfway on the tyre wear. Doing another sterling job out front. He's going to go for the Grand Slam pole, sprint win, and maybe the feature win if he can hold on to the first position. Dimpy there, his teammate is catching him now. So Porsche on Porsche. Let's see what happens in the last stage of this race. Are we going to see a battle for the win between the 2 Porsches? Fast JMS and James are going side by side down the Mulsanne then towards the first chicane as we're now in daylight time. So early morning then, the sun has risen. Fast JMS just holds on to that 3rd position for the minute. You can see Big Kev is fastly approaching with a half-second penalty. I'm just going to take a small drinks break while we watch this action going on. So Fast JMS trying to break the toe to James. Corvette's got more straight line speed. As they come through the 2nd chicane, then you can see Big Kev looming in the background with that half-second penalty. So any move he does make from now until the penalty line, he probably will have to give back, but he's there or thereabouts. You see the secondary group there right behind, led by Alfie at the minute. You see C-Mac there going side by side with Mark Schumacher coming through the Mulsanne. He's got the move done, breaking into the Mulsanne corner. You see Kev just kicking up the dirt there, and we've got Shortsky there running wide. Gets it gathered up. Nice save from Shortsky there. Benji in 11 coming through, followed by Estrom. Gets it really tail happy as he comes through the corner there. Lovely. Oh, Evil Knievel's dropped it. Oh, and he gets reset as well, straight into the path of Craig. Very unfortunate for him there. No idea why he got reset. That shouldn't have happened, that. GT physics being GT. Surfer on the soft tyres now. See what he can do when these guys pit. Can he close that gap to them? But Brucey in first. Is he going to pit the end of this lap? Probably should do. Tyres aren't looking very good at the minute. Dimpy on the medium still. He's probably going to go for a 6 lap on those mediums. Fast JMS low on the fuel now in third, followed by James. He's got more fuel, could potentially go for another lap. Kev there in fifth. C-Mac in sixth, just behind him, with Alfie in seventh. Following him through now. There's Mark Schumacher in eighth. As we're past the halfway mark now. Aishan there. We're going to go back up to the front, see if we got pit stops. So Brucey into the pit from first position. Dimpy's going to go through second. What's Flash JMS going to do? Flash JMS is in. James is through. Kev's going through. C-Mac is in. Alfie and Mark Schumacher go through. Ice Chand goes through. Shortsky pits. Benji, what's he going to decide to do this time? He's going to pit as well. Eshram is going to box surely. We've got yellow flag somewhere. What's happened here? It's Alfie. What's happened with Alfie here? So we're going to go through the chicane. Does he just take too much chicane here? Yep, he does. He gets so much on the sausage curb there. Spins it. Recovers. Oh, he has another spin as well. Unfortunate for him. Gotta be careful of guys coming behind you. Alfie gets back on track. Gets it going. Very unfortunate. Was having a good race up until then, but let's see if we can focus now and get this laps going again. So Bruce is still in the pit, filling up on fuel. Benji there in 8th. C-Mac 9th, just changing tyres. Esrom isn't there yet. Flash JMS is in. Shortsky, Evil Knievel, SG2 as well. Surfer's there in 15th. Where's he going to come out in relation to these guys? Dimpy Limpy leading the way now in first. James in second, sorry. Coming down the Mulsanne, just towards the first chicane. He's got a half-second penalty. Big Kev in there in third. There's Mark Schumacher in fourth, followed by Ice Chan in fifth. And Alfie there in sixth. So Brucey now out of the pits is just coming through the S's towards Tech Rouge. So not too much time lost for him. C-Mac there, a second penalty for him in 8th position. 9th there is Flash JMS. Then we've got Shortsky in 10th, followed by Benji in 11th. Esrom in 12th. There's Evil Knievel in 13th, followed by Surfer. So he has closed the gap up then, Surfer. He's past SG2, who's now in 15th on the soft tyres. But back at the front, half-second for Dimpy Limpy is going to have another penalty there. That's going to be really wide for Dimpy. Yep, that's going to cost him a little bit then. Second penalty for him now. Big Kev now up into second. But he too has got a half-second penalty as they go side by side towards the bottom of the Mulsanne. Down to the Mulsanne corner. Big Kev on the inside. Can he outbrake James as we go through the corner? He certainly does. Can he get the exit done though? He does. Gets on the curb. Lovely stuff. So these two are going to serve the penalty together after Arnage. But they're going to go side by side again on the run down to Indianapolis. James giving Kev lots and lots of room there on the inside. Who's going to buckle first? It looks like James has just let off the throttle a little bit. Just going to follow him through. No sense fighting through here. But is he going to go for an overtake here? He isn't. He's going to follow him through. Go through to Arnage. He's going to try and stick on the back end of him as they serve the penalty. Gets the acceleration down now into the penalty zone to go. So Kev and James, no change there. Mark Schumacher there in 4th. Ice Chan there in 5th. Alfie's there in 6th, serving the penalty. So back to the cars that pitted. Brucey now on the charge on the medium tyres. 7th position. Let's see what he can do from here. Crazy Mac there in 8th. The second penalty is still to serve. Flash IGTMS in 9th. Shortsky there in rounding out your top 10. And we go back up to the top guys, see if they're going to pit this lap. They should do to make most out of the soft tyres. So Dimpy's in the pit then. Big Kev now approaching the pit line. He's in as well, followed by James. Mark Schumacher's going to pit as well. Ice Chand. And then Alfie should be pitting this lap. I would have thought a little bit behind these guys after his spin. He's going to pit as well. So that leads Brucey then. Can he reclaim first position? He should be able to. I believe there's enough time. He's not too far behind these guys who have pitted. And Dimpy should start refueling the car soon as he comes through the 4 chicane. Yep, there's Dimpy refueling now. So where's Dimpy going to come out in relation to Brucey? There's Brucey going through now. So just filling up fuel. So Brucey's just coming into the chicane. There's Dimpy just coming out the pits. So there's a little bit of gap there. James there in 3rd, gets one up on Kev, but he's got off second penalty. There's Schumacher and Crazy Mac. So Crazy Mac just goes through into 5th position. Schumacher there in 6th, half second. Ice Chand in 7th. There's Flash IGTMS in 8th then. Shortsky 9th, right behind him. Benji in 10th. Makes up a couple of positions on Alfie. Alfie there in 11th, and he's got work to do now. Eshram there in 12th. Surfer in 13th, making up 2 positions then. From pitting earlier, but the soft tyres are going to be a little bit more worn, so it could spell for an interesting battle in the latter stages for these guys. Knievel there 14th, and SG2 coming through the chicane now in 15th. Doing a lovely job in that Mercedes. Let's see if he can close that gap to Evil Knievel. Very nice livery design as well. Again, do check out his commentary channel, TG Smoggy Coating. As I said, he has covered the comms for the last couple of weeks for me, so great stuff as he gets half a second penalty. So Brucey then towards the second chicane. Looking very nice at the minute indeed. Still has the fastest lap around this track, 1.6 seconds slower than his fastest lap. There's Dimpy in 2nd, just coming out of the 2nd chicane. Then we have James in 3rd, now coming out as well. He's going to have to serve that penalty. Can he hold off Big Kev? Big Kev there, followed by Crazy Mac. We're going to have a little battle with him now. So it's split up a little bit now, but we've still got cars together. Still battling each other. And this is the first proper battle on track at the minute. Crazy Mac on the inside then as we go towards the Mulsanne. And Crazy Mac goes wide then, loses that position to Kev. Don't know if he got just misjudged his braking there, but he loses that position to Kev then. Ice Chand there in 6th, sorry, with Mark Schumacher 7th, all over the back of him. These guys will have a serve the penalty when they come through Ornage. Fastly approaching the 30-minute mark, so not too much longer in this race left. Crazy Mac there, just a little bit of oversteer as he goes through the corner. So James, first person to both serve the penalty. Where's that going to put him in relation to the rest of the pack? With Big Kev right behind him. Is Kev going to get that 3rd position from him as they head down towards the Porsche Kevs? Lap 7 coming towards the end of lap 7 now. So James holds on to that position. Kev down in 4th, right behind him. C Mac there 5th. Ice Chand in 6th. Schumacher 7th. Fast JMS now coming under fire from Shorsky right behind him. Corvette on Aston. Not quite Ford versus Ferrari around Le Mans, but it'll do. So coming through this little kink here, now down towards the Ford chicane. Main group of guys all together still as we go through the chicane now. First one there is now through the second to round out lap 7. So Fast JMS holds on to 8th position from Shorsky. Now we go back towards 10th. We got Benji and Alfie having a little battle as well. Corvette versus Super. These two are going to go through the Dunlop curve towards the chicane. A little bit of a lag from Benji there. Not sure whether Alfie can see that on his screen, but it's certainly gonna maybe impede his ability to overtake him. Yeah, when you've got a car lagging like that side to side, it does make it a bit more trickier to overtake as Alfie's setting a purple sector 1 then. Lovely stuff from Alfie this race. He's had a couple of rounds where he's struggled with the car a little bit. Obviously they had to change the car as well from the FT1 to the Supra. Supra just a little bit better than the FT1, or a lot better depending on who you ask. But there's Alfie then, getting past Benji for 10th position. If he can keep in this position or close the gap up to 9th, that's going to give him some great points from this race. Another purple sector then. Can he get a faster lap than Brucey? We'll have to see. We'll check back in with these guys in a bit. Esrom there on his own in 12th. Followed by Surfer in 13th. Evil Knievel there 14th. And then SG2 rounding out the rear in 15th position. Thundering that Mercedes down the Mulsanne into the first chicane he goes. Lovely bit of driving there from Craig there. So back up to the front then. Bruce is right there in first position, but Dimpy's there in second. Not too much between these two guys now. On the run down to Indianapolis. Brucey leading the way still. Lap 8, this race is almost over and done with. In the final 10 minutes now. 8 minutes to go. Number 24 leading 86. Coming through Indianapolis. You can see the composure from these two Porsche guys. And I have to start thinking about if the Porsche team are going to let these guys race or whether there's going to be team orders in play. We'll have to see as Dimpy gets closer, but he is the faster car at the minute. He's on those soft tyres. Is he going to challenge his teammate, or are they just going to settle for a 1-2? Previous races we've seen that Dimpy is quite a good team player, same as Brucey is, as he goes a little bit wide there. Using all the available track, all the real estate. As they come now through towards down to the Ford chicanes. Dimpy still there in second, showing good composure and pace behind his teammate. Now through the Ford chicanes. A little bit of a slide there from Brucey. You can see Dimpy is right behind him now. These two last laps are going to be fun for these guys. There's James in third, rounding out the last pulling spot, but he's got Big Kev right behind him. So can Kev mount a charge onto James and get past him as they come through the Dunlop curve for the 9th time. Now into the chicane we go. See all the tyre marbles on the outside of the corner. Kind of don't want to go too well and get on them. You will slip and slide a little bit. Mark Schumacher there holding 5th position from C-Mac. C-Mac right behind him is looking racy in the last stage of this race. He's on the softs, they're more worn than Schumacher. So Schumacher is setting a purple first sector. Only slightly faster. Big Kev there right behind James. So you've got 2x2 battles going on. Dimpy now right behind his teammate. Is he going to challenge for first? Big Kev there right behind James. And then you've got C-Mac and Mark Schumacher going side by side. C-Mac gets the position from Mark Schumacher then. So C-Mac up into 5th position. We've seen many races around this track over the years. Lots of new drivers joining the fray. It's the season 14 of the Infinity GT Manufacturer Series. We've seen many battles over the years. This is just a new chapter. So Mark Schumacher out of the first chicane, gets that move back done on C-Mac, back up into 5th. I feel like unless one of these guys gets a really big penalty or makes a really big mistake, this battle's going to go on to the checkered flag. C-Mac might have a penalty from that move there. Yeah, he does. Half a second penalty, track limits. So just continue to watch these guys as they go to the Mulsanne. At the bottom of the Mulsanne straight. So C-Mac gets past Schumacher again. Straight fight between these two. Oh, C-Mac gets it caught. The Mulsanne corner wrong again. Gets out wide there onto the gravel. That's going to cost him once again. Unlucky for him. See if he can get past once again when he's served his penalty. So go back to Shortsky, who's got Ice Chan and Fast JMS right behind him. It's going to be an Aston versus BMW versus Corvette. Tony the Tiger on for the ride with Shortsky. Can Shortsky hold off the 2 hard chargers then of the BMW and the Corvette? As the Corvette goes a little bit wider, takes a different line to the 2 in front. Shortsky still holding this 7th position. Ice Chan has got a penalty that should put the Corvette up into 8th position, sorry. There he goes past as he serves the penalty. So 2 Corvettes on the same piece of track now in 8th and 10th. There's Benji. Surfer there in 11th then, so he's gained another position then. Evil Knievel there in 12th with a penalty to serve. Eshram there, a second penalty. He's had a scrappy lap there. 4:15, lap 8. SG2, 14th. Now gets another position as Alfie. He's had an absolute misery of last couple of laps. A 4:21, a 4:28, 4:21 again, and then a 4:45. So something must have happened for Alfie there. Struggling a little bit now, but he's still plugging away. Let's see if he can get that position on Craig Dunn again. See if he can catch up. Oh, up to the front then. Brucey and Dimpy leading the way in first and second. The gap's opened a little bit. Not sure whether Dimpy had a penalty or whether he just backed off a little bit. On lap 7 he had a 4:25. As we now, I believe, on the final lap. Yes, we are. So, final lap for these guys then. Can Brucey hold off Dimpy? Is there going to be team orders at play here? Dimpy right behind his teammate. Brucey staying on the left side, giving his teammate slipstream as they head down towards the first chicane. Dimpy just backs off a little bit there into braking zone, coasted it in. And see if these guys have got enough fuel as well. Brucey's got slightly less than Dimpy has, but should be enough until the end of the lap. No running out of fuel for Brucey this time. Really cost him race last week in the feature. Sorry, to the end of the endurance race. He ran out of fuel on the very last lap in the Group 4s. We'll see if he can overcome that with a race win. I think he finished 11th place overall, so yeah, definitely hampered his points score. Can he recover this week? So Brucey from Dimpy then, first and second still as we get to the balls, the bottom of the Mulsanne, but we've got things happening behind. Kev there in third from James. Mark Schumacher now on his own in fifth, but Fast JMS is leading this lot gaggle of course here in sixth. Ice Chan there in seventh. I believe Ice Chan did pit. He went for some fuel, that's why he's back down to seventh position. Didn't change the tyres. Shortsky there in eighth, right behind him. No, he didn't pit. These guys are all together. Yeah, it wasn't Ice Chan, sorry, who pitted. Who was it who pitted? Was it C-Mac? Yeah, it was C-Mac, sorry. C-Mac pitted. I knew someone pitted around this little area. So C-Mac didn't put enough fuel to the end of the race, so I had to pit. He's down the fresh subs. Did he go too far on the mediums? That could be an issue there. You do have to do three laps mandatory on those tyres, so we'll have to see if that comes into play. So C-Mac could potentially get the disqualification here. I'm pretty sure he did pit though. I think he's just done a two-stopper. So yeah, lap 5, 4:38, 4:28. Yeah, but he did pit. So yeah, that's fine. So see how he gets on. Oh, that's Evil Knievel we were looking at. Sorry, let's have a look. 4:27. He could have potentially pitted on lap 5, lap 6. Yeah, I believe he did. So, oh, he's right behind Surfer then, who's in 10th now. A final lap. Alfie's finished in 15th, unfortunately. Commiserations for him, but we got 2 Porsches then for the win. First and second, 1-2 finish for the Porsche team. Big Kev's going to bring it home in third. We were too busy watching the other guys to notice that they were going to the end of the lap. Kev takes the third position, James 4th. Schumacher brings home in the top 5 position, solid performance for him. Fast JMS is going to bring it home in 6th, followed by Ice Chan in 7th. Shortsky there in 8th. Benji is going to finish in 9th. C-Mac is going to bring it home for a top 10 finish from 15th to 10th. Solid for him. Sorry, it was Craig in the 15th, not Crazy Mac. I do apologise, guys. So C-Mac finishing 10th after getting past Surfer on those fresh softs. Surfer's going to finish in 11th. Evil Knievel's going to finish in 12th. Esrom there in 13th. Just coming for the 4 chicane. Gets it nice planted, and then Craig comes through as well. He's going to finish in 14th, so he gets 1 position change for him and finishing in 14th. Oh, slight. Esrom spins it across the track there to finish the race. But that's going to be the feature race, guys. I do apologise about me getting the names wrong. I hate doing that, but I do apologise about that. So we're going to run you through the points then after round 5. As the points are all done and dusted. We got Deep Forest next week, followed by Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and then we have the final round at Tokyo East counterclockwise in the Group 4s. So, points then. James Harben leads the way on 127. Kevin O'Reilly, that's Big Kev, he's on 124, so it's close between those two, and he's in second. Ben is Dimpy, he's in third, joint second with Kev, he's on 124 as well. Bruce has closed that gap up to the guys in front, he's on 118. Then we have Rajin 5 on 75 points, followed by 1 point behind Mark Schumacher, he's in 6th position. Then we have a little bit of gap to Shortsky in 7th. Then we have Ben in 8th on 52. Then we have a couple of whites behind is Duncan, that's Fast JMS, he's in 9th on 48. Then joint 10th is S-Rom, and Evan, they're on 37 points apiece. Then back in 12th, we have 32 points of John Timoney, that's Evil Knievel. Then we have Craig on 19 points in 13th, Ewan on 18 points in 14th. Then we have Seamus on 11 points, and Alfie bringing up the rear 16th, he's on 10 points. So guys, that's going to be it. Until next time, I've been the Crazy Brett. See ya.